15th place. Is this the turnaround point? But the map changes. It's time to head to the desert, where we are going to join our Dukes of Dialogue. It is Paper Thin and Toby with the call.
Thank you so much, Toffees and the dutiful desk, once again bringing us all the important information, guys. And welcome back to Miramar. It's BGC 2021, brought to you by Alienware and Toomey. Paper Thin and Toby coming at you for this one. We switch maps. Erangel, some great games. APAC teams showing up big. And now I'm curious to see any hot drops coming through here. Toby, what are your thoughts?
Not expecting it to happen, not opposed to it happening is the way I'm gonna go out with that one. It's I'm all for hot drops in the earlier stage or like mid stage, I would say now, of ranking decision matches. But for tomorrow, I would like to see it not happening unless if you're super confident and already confirmed to be top 16, because we've seen it. I mean, we've seen it so many times during PGIS. These weekly survivals, you think, I'm all right, I got my, well, 16 games to play in order to make it through, and then all of a sudden you don't, and go, well, that's unfortunate. So the more games you get to play in order to try and come, try and make it through to the weekly finals, the more you want.
I have a question for you, and I want to get your knowledgeable opinion about VP. So they've been able to go to the power grid here, but tomorrow they have MCG in their lobby. Do you think when they switch to Miramar that they're going to give it a go? Do you think they're going to contest it?
I don't actually have to think about it because I've already gotten the memo from Batulins. So I don't even have to be smart. I can just say that's what they said. So I'm expecting to see it happening. Taking for granted VP has a bunch of games here today.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm really curious about all of that. I think, wasn't it VP? Oh, what the? Whoa!
I saw that happening in the kill feed, and I was like, wait, did he do that from the car? But yes, he did. Holy.
Oh, that's just beautiful. Oh, Lou.
Drive-by is nerfed, by the way.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not as easy as it was. That's for sure.
In from the northwest, no team could really get a proper scout in because everyone was in Chumacera, and overall that's a better position. It's not until now that Heroic came in from the far south side that they had a chance to scout it. And as we said, Church tends to magnet circles. It's going right back up there. Capitan Spot's got me out caught in the middle of the split here, and he's gonna fall.
Well, it looks like Buriram trying to see if they can dissect KPI, and they're going to spray into the smoke. Silzen was able to be rezzed out here, but potentially all for naught. Indeed, Connexi is going to finish the job. Buriram looks like they're going to be able to get their res. Ooh, Lash, and that's what I'm talking about, people. Those motorcycles are absolute death traps. EN's going to follow up behind him, situate himself inside of these open top garages. But look who it is waiting. Virtus Pro, and they are now reinforcing to this position.
No clue whatsoever. This spot. We did actually manage to see him. Bob Effectix breaks the door, gets the knock. Can't quite find the flush just yet. I'm looking at the map and I'm seeing the remaining map players trying to get in this direction, but they have been peppered by Na'Vi from up on the hillside. Dava forced down out of the vehicle. One more down to low HP. I believe Two-Tap is the only one trying to get away from there alive right now. Yes, indeed it is. Outside the circle once more. That door is closed, buddy. I don't think there's any other entry point for him to get inside that circle. In the meantime, VP continuing to slaughter on the north side. They managed to wrap around ENCE. That's why Batulins wanted the info. They take down one.
Na'Vi and this rock wall in front of them, just nowhere to go. You can see Na'Vi had grenades out. They were shooting into AAP as they come through. Ooh, Page up and over onto Waikakamukau. Pretty quick little knock there onto him. Gonna go for the flush with the grenade. Ronan trying to flank out, but Page isn't gonna catch him because he runs out of bullets, but the follow-up is gonna be the grenade, and Noik with some help here. Heroic doing a really nice job. Fury, 2 down. It's not going so hot for them. It's just Flood now trying to make something out of a nothing, but Mamu here. Oh, Pero did get back into the circle, but Page backstabs him, sets him out to the lobby, and Flood trying to survive.
I gotta say, I mean, and I know now he's a great player, no doubt about it, but being a sub, coming in for a team you haven't played with before, I am so happy to see him deliver. There is pressure, a ton of pressure when you're coming into a final as a team that qualified. I would argue there's even more pressure when you're trying to sub in for someone and have to deliver. And Corexi has been playing phenomenal PUBG over the last couple of months, so those are pretty big shoes to have to fill, and Nawik is delivering right now. Love to see it.
I'm right there with you. I'm really, really impressed with what I've seen from him today coming in, you know, to fill in for this team in a last-minute situation. Really, really nice stuff. Tosi here, this grenade connects, should be pretty good. God Ace, very, very weak, but this wall affording him just enough protection to get that heal off. Oh, and then Heaven gonna fall down on the outside. Tosi with that AWM, still trying to keep this res protected for his team. Gonna keep that opening in the fence line bottled up at least enough here. Now look at Ghibli. They're gonna try to push into Team Liquid.
Well, gotta go somewhere. Try and see if they can make their way on forward. As I compliment Narwick, he accidentally shoots T-Bone. Hate to see it happen, but caster curses do indeed exist. In the meantime, Liquid trying to do as much damage as they can. They know that they need to deal with this west side with more and more teams coming in that direction. They don't want to be in the center of a cluster, because those can really go, well, either way. You want to maintain control. Quizzy now over the top spots. One example found the other. Solid play coming through. Get the quick flush. Back on down again, because blue is coming your way.
Yeah, this fight just took way too long for GNL. They were never able to break open the defenses of BN. They got close, but not deep enough to get any knocks or anything like that to really make a push. Meanwhile, Ghibli and Buriram kind of eyeing up this compound. Now, Ghibli has gotten up on the hill. Ibby's waiting on the inside of this one story. Back over to GNL. It's going to be stuns up and over the top. Corn's going to sprint to the other side. Godace hears him, doesn't see him because of the smoke. That's why he went for the spray. Heard the footsteps. Caught a little bit of damage onto Corn, but that's all. Meanwhile, Ghibli has gotten into the compound. Are they going to be able to get any further?
In the meantime as well, Heroic full speed sending it down the hillside, having it off screen, and now trying to hold off here. Only half Corn to deal with, and they are full up, so play it smart, play it together, see if you can deal with them. If you hear the footsteps, call your teammates over. Yep, there's one more coming. Peek once, peek together. Don't do it one by one. In the end, they will indeed get the kill. God Ace takes out Corn. That's GNL out in 10th.
Yeah, that could have been a little bit cleaner there for BNL, but not bad. You're able to recover well enough. Godmeow, in the meantime, been knocked for Buriram, and they will not be able to get to him as BBL is going to find enough of an angle to finish that knock. Team Liquid content to just sit in this church for a little bit longer, but for all his hard work that Ghibli did coming up to the church.
You cannot forget about BBL either. They know they come out of the compound, but they cannot sit and tunnel this compound. They need to be ready to potentially be shot in the back. Liquid now making the move over towards Ghibli. They know that has to happen eventually, and now the fight's gonna happen.
Well, okay, so because BN has drifted over here, this is gonna be a little bit more tricky now for Buriram. They have to kind of win this fight potentially, or they might be the ones who get sandwiched between BN and whoever comes out of the fight up top. They're doing a decent job, though. They're going to get the knock. They're going to try to just push up onto Team Liquid, but Team Liquid's Cliff going to shut that down ever so briefly here. Ibiza going for the grenade inside of the door. I think that one's going to be just a bit off from getting the knock. Renba took quite a bit of damage. Ibby still trying to work this. Adder going to reveal his position.
Got all the teams on the west side of this circle right now laughing this one off. They don't have to interfere with anything. Nice flash coming through. EB there to follow. Quick flush on Adder. Makes his way on in. Clip doing more damage. Clip finding the double, and that's Ghibli dealt with. But there's still more teams around that you have to deal with. BN outside. You still got 80 up towards the north. And now Petulance and Perfectix wrapping down towards ENCE. They want to contain them. They know they are down below. Perfectus has been looking in this direction, counter whichever position the opposing team goes to. Petulance shoots at ENCE. They try to wrap around. They do a double, counter wrap around on ENCE. Therefore, they now sit in the position from where ENCE can't do anything but wait. VP, better position. I don't see a world where ENCE gets out of here alive.
Yeah, it's nigh impossible. Clib, in the meantime, also speaking of impossible tasks, trying to get down off of this mountain. Talked about it earlier. Coming out of this church to the north, very, very difficult. It is one of the harder things to do in this map. And now Perfectix is looking down and, ooh, gets shut down by Code Marco. Bit of an overpeak there from him. It's going to cost him a knock at the very least. But yeah, I mean, watching VP play is like watching a rancher herd cattle. I mean, they're just doing such a good job of it. Edie, the last one alive for Buriram, gets a knock here. Seeing if he can maybe find some more. I mean, BBL is worse for the wear for sure right now.
Yep. Ballsy Pika there for as well. Blue, did you... That
Spyro
must have been a
DC.
disconnect. I'm not sure. Didn't want to give the points away. That caught me by surprise. Unfortunately, to have happened while you're trying to go down on Resident Team. Fortunately, Na'Vi didn't really bite on it. They saw the knock and the kill feed, but they didn't wrap down to try and punish them for it. They completely gave up control of the high ground against Na'Vi. Fortunately, not really a whole lot happening off of it. Simon peeking on down, finds one. A lot of damage being done down the hillside right now. Everyone playing each their edge because there's nothing to maintain control of in the center. This is going to be one big merry-go-round. The only thing is there's a roadblock towards the southeast side with a big hill being there, so you can't go up there. I'm expecting the northwest to be where all the fighting is going to be happening. We're going to see ENCE versus VP down towards the north, like up the down the hill towards the north. Na'Vi are going to fight against BN, and then the winners of those two fights are going to fight for the dot.
Exactly. The middle of this circle is sort of like a teenager with bad acne, right? There's pimples and there's some like divots here and there, but that's about it. So yeah, everybody's situated on the outsides, trying to wait this out as long as they can. A lot of credit here to ENCE to kind of sneak their way out of this. BBL got caught up in some battles, and that opened up ever so slightly a little bit of space for them to at least get a few more placement points. Maybe they can find a little bit more out of it. You never know. Na'Vi looking real strong here up on top of the hill if they can displace Baunam. Baunam United has the better position for sure. And so the winner of this fight has, I think, a pretty good shot potentially at coming through with this.
Head to the wall, push on forward, use Quizzy as the up close. He's in a car now. That's the perfect time to peek on over Quizzy. Reveals his position, finds the first one, can't quite get the second one, will fall down. Simon again there to do damage, but the shots are coming from below. Squeaky finally peeking. ENCE have been doing everything they could to remain passive down the hillside. Now they're peeking on over, knowing that the teams above them are fighting. Yompy finds Melman. Just one left alive from Na'Vi, and the team laughing this one off right now, despite having a player disconnect just before, is VP getting to sit back towards the north side of the circle and wait this one out.
Young B's able to hit a banger headshot there to open up just a little bit of space to drive down. Isn't going to be enough. It's Diggory from ENCE, and Na'Vi is down. Examples, Bali caught him. I'm not sure if it got shot out of his hand there potentially. But that is going to be Na'Vi down and out. Now a 3v2. ENCE somehow, some way, in a unbelievably bad position, has snuck through here and has a chance, Toby.
Did not expect this to be happening at all. Thought they were going to be dealt with a long time ago. Not the case. Good nade. Going to take half HP off of Diggory. 2 versus 3. They are in the low ground. They have to make their way up. Almost controlled by VP, but at the same time, we actually have Diggory closer towards VP than the dot itself. But they know they're in a 3v2. They know what they're up against. This is looking good for VP, but they still have the ridge to crawl over.
If Squeaky can take down Perfectix, I think this is actually a really good one. That is exactly what I wanted to see. ENCE now in a 2v2 potentially. This could really go their way. The flank position has been cut off. A grenade not anywhere near Squeaky. Squeaky continuing to wrap around, looking to make sure that that kill onto Perfectix is confirmed. He hits a headshot onto Batulins as well. Squeaky coming up big right now for ENCE, opening up some time and space.
And all of a sudden, VP, the sheep herders from before, are the ones being kettled into the edge with Blue on their back, getting ever so much closer. Batulins, Lou trying to make the wrap on forward, half HP, taking a bigger second nade is going to do the damage needed. 2 versus 1. You see Squeaky trying to wrap his way up the hillside, has been spotted out. Lou down to low ammo, needs to get back, needs to get reloaded. Level 3 gear, barrel in hand, 7 bullets in the chamber. Confirm comes through. Squeaky, sneaky peeky, trying to make his way up this hill, but they know exactly where he's positioned.
Oh man, if he can land this grenade, that'd be huge. It just goes too far for him. Tries to push up and over, but so low on health. Spots Batulins for a second. Another grenade explodes around him, and it's gonna be Batulins who gets it done. VP, by the skin of their teeth, Toby, finds the win, but it was not as easy as maybe we thought it could have been.
Perfectix shaking his head, Batulins waving to the crowd. They will take the win with joy, but oh my lord, would that one have been much more confident, I think, had they been 4 alive in the end of it. Paper, a lot to break down in this one. Let's throw it back to the desk and see what they have to say after a solid VP win.
Thank you, gentlemen. You know, at the start of that match, we said VP's